He sucked the blood from these people publishings that he owned 100% of. And then once it was dried up and withered away like emaciated vagina, he gave it back to him. Here you go. Well, they only getting like $300, like a month, barely. Or if that. You can have it now. I'm done with it. I wore it out. I turned it every which way but loose to you.
I don't hear nobody out there. Hold it down. Hold it down. Give it a big call. One time nobody stopped in the front. Big guns in the building. Street back Canada. I'm back in.
Hello there. Hello there, little bucks. Hello there, Billis. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share the Facebook, or whatever your favorite social media environment is. I hear the best place to be is that goddamn tiki-talkie. But your girl, being 53 this year, don't know how to work that tiki-talkie. Okay, but if y'all know how to do it, you are more than welcome to share it over there on the TikTok. They about to shut their shits down anyway, because they got the children just doing all kinds of crazy challenges and stuff like that. I ain't with that. Leave the children alone, okay? Because they are still the future. Yeah. I believe anyway, those of you who are paying club members, I want you guys, like within the next week, to make sure you visit either the YouTube membership community wall or over there on Patreon, however it is that you take care of your fees. But I'm feeling a certain book next. Now that I'm in this space where I feel like I don't have to do what brings in the money, because you know what generally brings in the money for us is the Motown era. But now that I've come to the 90s, I'm feeling pretty good about it. At any rate, love bugs. I think you all are liking this book. Let's continue reading. Faith Evans. Keep the faith. My head was swimming. He wanted to negotiate a deal right there in the studio just 2 minutes after he heard me sing for the first time. Trickery. No, sorcery. Okay, that's what Puff Diddy do. That's what thick thighs demon. Wait a minute, how we say it? That's what thick thighs demon Diddy do. He tried to rush you into it because remember, that's how he got Mark Curry. We just got finished reading Mark Curry's book probably like 3 books ago. I think we did that at the top of the year. Mark was so anxious to be a part of something bigger that he didn't take the steps that Faith did. Remember, Faith had been a part of the business long before she was a part of the business. She had been introduced to lawyers and executives and people who had already experienced the uglies. So she knew not to fall for the bullshit, the sorcery that Diddy be doing. My head was swimming. He wanted to negotiate a deal right there in the studio just 2 minutes after he heard me sing for the first time. I didn't understand any of the pay structures he was talking about. I think I should talk to my lawyer first, I blurted out. You got a lawyer? He asked. Answer, yes. Yes, motherfucker. Absolutely. His name is Stuart Levy. Remember, she knows Stuart through one of her relationships that she nurtured a while back. Absolutely. His name is Stuart Levy. You should send everything to him. He probably mad as hell. Curses. She got a freaking lawyer. Why she ain't a dummy? I sounded way more confident than I felt. I didn't know what was happening, but I remembered some of the conversations I'd had with Stuart Levy when I was still in high school, and I knew I shouldn't be talking numbers with Puffy. That was Puffy's way, even in the very beginning. He was all business. Through the years, people have talked about how Puffy will take advantage of his artists financially. They expect him to be a certain way because he's young. But from the very first day I met him, he was about his business first. I should have taken his example. Instead, I would end up learning the hard way that it was up to me to stay on top of my business interest, because Puffy would always stay on top of his. My lawyer, Stuart Levy, got in touch with me as soon as he received the contract from Puffy. It was a standard arrangement for the time. I was going to receive a $75,000 advance. That kind of money was new to me, and I thought it was fair. However, Puffy was requiring that 50% of anything I earned for publishing went to him. Stuart Levy told me that this was a standard thing for a new artist. I wasn't really bothered by signing over half of my publishing rights. What bargaining chip did I have? I had just moved out of my grandparents' house. I was about to get 75 grand. That would be enough to set myself up for real. It reminds me of that situation that the Locks had with Puffy. Man, it's like predators catch you at a vulnerable moment, and you're thinking to yourself that I'm going to still make enough money so I can live. But just like everybody, you have your times that go up and go down. And you're making this money now, but what about in 3 years when you're not selling records? Or when you go on tour and you're not filling up the club? So when those moments come and Puffy still owns all of your publishing, okay, because that's the deal you signed in the beginning, it's like you can't get mad. Like when you go to your employer and you get a job, okay, and they paying you $30 an hour, and you happy with the fact that you're getting $30 an hour. Oh shit, I'm getting $30 an hour. And then you find out on a humble that everybody else at your job is getting paid $45 an hour. You don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? And you can't get mad at the employer. You can have animosity, and actually you can get mad at the employer, but that's the deal you signed. You know, that's why it's very important for you to do research about where you're going to work first. Who was that? Was it Flo's mama from Florence Ballard's mother? Why we keep talking about Flo? My bad. But Florence Ballard's mother was like, don't talk about that nigga. Was it Flo's mama? Or was it Mary's or Dinah's mama and daddy? I'm not sure, but they was like, he be stealing from his artists. No. Don't sign over there at Motown, girl. So it's very important for you to research a potential employer. Because when you find out something different, when you get there, you can't be mad. Because you said, okay, yes, it's trickery. Yes, it's sorcery. But you did not complete your due diligence in finding out the whole picture. Okay? But come to find out, Faith is just about the only one who was receiving half. And that's only because she had a lawyer. Everybody else didn't have none of their publishing. You hear me? Puffy just gave them back their publishing. And that's after he didn't sucked all the blood from it. We're being honest. He sucked the blood from these people publishings that he owned 100% of. And then once it was dried up and withered away like emaciated vagina, he gave it back to him. Here you go. Here go your desert vagina. You can have it back. When they only getting like $300, like a month, barely. Or if that. You can have it now. I'm done with it. I wore it out. I turned it every which way but loose to you. Here's your publishing. You can have it back. I wasn't really bothered by signing over half of my publishing rights. What bargaining chip did I have? I had just moved out of my grandparents' house. I was about to get 75 grand. That would be enough to set myself up for real. The next time I went to the studio with Al B. Sure, I told him about the deal Puff was offering. Al had told me months before that he was trying to secure his own label deal and would sign me whenever it came through. Now, I know that was heartbreaking to Al B. But things didn't work out for Al B. The way that he wished they would have. Who knows who Puff Daddy, gave his booty to in order for Al B. Sure not to obtain a label deal. Al had told me months before that he was trying to secure his own label deal and would sign me whenever it came through. But it didn't look like that was going to happen. I was so grateful to him for giving me a start in the business, but I had to move on. I was thankful for Al believing in me and my skills, and I told him so. Faith, you got to do what you got to do, he told me. Damn, Al B. Puffy took your baby mother, your baby, and your artist. No wonder he want to have a documentary on the Lifetime. He got enough to say. I wouldn't expect for no man to be upset with anyone who is trying to pay their bills. I would just think of that as being selfish to me. Yes, I had a plan and you were incorporated into my plan, but let's just be grown. Let's start from the beginning, because I didn't know this shit. But then again, this is kind of the same story from Bedbury Bug Bites. Budbury Bed Bug Bites. He was living with his sister. Puffy was living with his mama when he started Bad Boy Records. I took a ride up to Scarsdale with my friend Dave and took a present for Justin. Now, you know who Justin is. That's Misa's and Puff Daddy's, Big Thighs Diddy, Knock Knees Diddy, whatever it is we want to call them right now in this moment. But that's their child. Now, the streets say that it's Puff Daddy's best friends. Knock Knee Demon Diddy's best friend / security who he got murked, supposedly, allegedly. I don't know them niggas over there with them knock knees. Anthony Wolf Jones, that's his name. It was P. Diddy's best friend until Wolf started saying, wait a minute, you doing things shady. I done a lot of dirty stuff for you, okay? Don't forget, I'm that ninja. And if I wanted to, I could take you out of here because I be about that work. Diddy was like, oh no, wait a minute, I can't have the hitman put a hit on me. Oh no, we got to get rid of him. So he became friends with them BMF boys. Why do I want to call him Meek Mill? It's not Meek Mill. Big Meech. That's his name. Okay? That supposedly Big Meech and P. Diddy had an arrangement to get Wolf out of here. And I guess he made a deal with the devil, Clive Davis, that if you allow me to make Wolf disappear, I'll take care of his child forever. That fine ass friggin' Wolf. Ooh. But there ain't no blood test to say otherwise. Puff was still living with his mother. All the producers and songwriters and executives who would form the backbone of Bad Boy Records were in and out of the house, helping to get things ready before he moved into his new office space. Things were coming together well for Puff. He soon moved the operations for the label from his mother's house to a Manhattan office that was full of young folks, bustling and making things happen. I will always have love for Puff for seeing something in me before I had any kind of look. Child, let me tell you, hold on, Puff, hold on. I never thought about this. But now that she talks about this in the book, I'm like, okay, I can see it. She said Puffy had her going to the tanning salon. Yes, because there were photos of Faith out there where she was very, very, very pale. Okay, that's one thing about you red bones. All right, y'all might have been in style at one time or another, but you bitches can look very pale on a bad day. And Puffy saw that in Faith. Girl, we're going to have to make some monthly tanning sessions for you, girl, because you is well too pale. I will always have love for Puff for seeing something in me before I had any kind of look. I was dope with just what God gave me, but the way things happened with Puff was truly divine order. Before I even signed my contract, Puff had me in the studio observing and contributing to music for the other artists he was working on at the time, including Usher and Mary, who was putting together her second album. My early days as a bad boy artist were varied. One day I might come to the studio and he would take me to the house of Eddie F., one of the producers, to work on a song. Some days he would walk with me down to the tanning salon in the village for my mandatory tanning sessions. Bitch, you too white. This is bad boy. Black. Every day was a new adventure, and I loved it. A few weeks after I signed all the paperwork, Puff told me to go to the hotel in Midtown Manhattan and pick up Usher Raymond.